Welcome back, children. In this third video, you're going to just know about that what Maddie felt when she heard the letter by Miss Mason written by Wanda's father and what she wanted to do.
She just tried. She should stop Wanda. And if she wanted just that, if only she would tell Wanda she hadn't mean to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. Here she stands for Maddie. She just want that she should meet Wanda and she should tell Wanda that she hadn't mean that. She didn't want to hurt her feelings. And she just looked here and there and she had a glance at Peggy. But Peggy did not look up. She was quite busy in the studies. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie, had to do something. She said that okay, Peggy was quite busy. She was studying hard. She said that if it doesn't matter to Peggy, she felt bad or not, she doesn't know about that. But for Maddie, she had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest and they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. What she wanted to meet Wanda. Maybe she thought that she had not moved yet and she thought that might be Peggy. She would climb with her in the Boggins height and they will tell Wanda about that she had won the contest and they thought she was very smart and the 100 dresses were very beautiful. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with pretended casualness, "Hey, let's go and see if that kid has left town or not." So Peggy had the same idea. Maddie glowed. Peg was really all right. Now what happened? As the school was over in the afternoon, Peggy, she just pretended the way, in a very casual way she pretended, means a relaxed attitude. She just asked Maddie, let's go and see if the kid has been used for Wanda. She has left the town or not. So Maddie thought that Peggy, she had the same idea about Maddie. What she thought. And Peg was really right. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street towards Boggins Heights. The two girls, they just moved fast as they can from the school building. And they started moving towards the Boggins Heights where Wanda used to live. It was a part of town where such wore a forbidden air on this kind of a November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. And this is the way. This is the thing in Boggins Heights, where in the month of November it was drizzling and the weather was wet and sad. Well, at last, said Peggy gruffly, here means in a harsh way. I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. She just wanted to make excuse that I have not called her foreigner any time. I have not made fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. And she just thought about that she had not sensed that Wanda was having sense that she knew that they were making fun of her. I thought she was too dumb. But dumb here means unwilling to speak. She thought she was having this impression about Wanda. She wasn't able to understand. And look how she can draw. She was surprised. Look at her drawings. She has made very beautiful pictures. As Peggy was making excuses, Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they would find Wanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was. And please not to move away and everybody would be nice. She and Peggy would fight anybody who was not nice. Now, Maddie, she didn't say anything. All she hoped that they would find Wanda. And she wanted to tell her that they stands for Maddie and Peggy. They are feeling sorry that they had made fun of her, and they want to tell her that how wonderful the school thought she was. She was so wonderful, and she want to request her that she should not go anywhere, and if anybody would be not nice towards her, she and Peggy will fight for her and takes her side. The two girls hurried on. They hoped to get to the top of the hill before dark. Two girls here stands for Maddie and Peggy. They hurried. They hoped that they should reach Boggins Heights before dark. I think that's where the Petronsky lives, said Maddie, pointing to the little white house. Wisp of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. And as they reached Boggins Heights, they saw one white house. Maddie pointed towards that house. That might be here Petronsky lived. And that area, what she found, that it was stuck up here and there with the old grass looking like thin kittens. And what they found about house, it was looking shabby but clean. It reminded Maddie's of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. Then at that time, Maddie, she compared the same, her house with her dress, as she also used to wear only one dress that was also faded blue cotton dress, but shabby but clean. She made the comparison with the house. And there was not a sign of life about the house. Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. She and Maddie went around the backyard and knocked there. But what they found when they reached there was no sign of life, means no one used to live there. At that time, no one was there. And Peggy, she knocked at the door, but there was no response. And she and Maddie went around the back. They just went towards the backyard. And again they knocked, but still there was no answer. It shows that already Petronsky, they left that place. There was no doubt about it that Petronsky were gone. How could they ever make amends? Amends here means to show that one is sorry by doing something good. And it was clear to them that Petronsky, they left the place, but what they were thinking, that now how they are going to say sorry. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. Means in a sad mood, they turned and went back down the hill. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she is gone now. So what can we do? Besides, I was asking her about all her dresses. She probably was getting good ideas for her drawings. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. Now, here Peggy, she was just clarifying the things. She said that now she has gone. We can't do anything. Besides, it was she who was asking about her dresses, and probably by that she was getting the ideas for her new drawings. This is because of Peggy only she had won the contest. Maddie turned this idea carefully over in her head. She just said, that idea, it remained in her head only. For if there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. What she thought, if the same thing was there, she could not have felt so badly. She was feeling sorry, she was feeling guilty. But that night she could not get to sleep. Now what happened? As she was just blaming herself, at that night she was unable to sleep. She thought about Wanda only. She thought about her faded blue dress, her little house where she had lived. And even she was just thinking about the glowing pictures, those 100 dresses that were all lined up in the classroom. So beautiful those dresses are. At last, what happened? She was in deep thinking. First time she thought so deeply. She just sat up in a bed. She pressed her forehead as she was just thinking deeply. And really, the hardest thing she had ever done. And after a long thinking, she just took one decision. She came to an important conclusion. And what was the decision? She was never going to stand by and say nothing again. She will never just, she will take the stand and she will just say something. And if she ever heard anybody picking on someone here means treating someone unkindly, unfairly, or criticizing them. She just took the decision. If anybody who used to just criticize someone or treat someone unkindly, unfairly, so because they were looking funny and because of the strange names, she would speak up. She would just speak about it, even it means losing Peggy's friendship. And now she will not care about of losing Peggy's friendship also. She had no way of making things right with Wanda, but from now on she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. It was clear to her now she can't do anything, she can't make anything clear with Wanda, anything right with Wanda, as she had already left the place. But from that time, she would never make anybody else unhappy again. She will try to fight against this injustice. Here are the difficult words from the chapter The 100 Dresses, part 2, from page number 76 to 79. The first word is amends. Amends means to show that one is sorry for doing something good. Next word is picking on someone. It means treating someone unkindly, unfairly, or criticizing them. Third word is vivid, producing powerful feelings or strong, clear images in mind. Fourth is cluttered, make a continuous rattling sound. Fifth is blinked, shut or open the eyes quickly. Sixth is stolidly, calm, dependable. Seventh is cornucopious. It means decorative containers, usually full of flowers and fruits. Eighth is intently. It means with earnest and eager attention.
Children, here the third video ends. In the fourth video, you are going to get the explanation of the remaining paragraphs and the message given by the writer.